me hear you say. Let 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 me hear you say. As I double down on this staircase, I'ma protect what's mine like a home base. In that case, I'm the little engine that could, waiting on 53rd Street, cause urban legends are good, and that's the big scoop. Nothing fabricated. If you're gonna get Marty, then freeze frame the visual data. Running into cool jerks like Frankie G, you will face the music more than Sewer King, cause timing is everything. Hogan with the stopwatch for a fight. It's not a secret when Gerald when he rides a bike. I'm the bold kid that you want to avoid. I make them say the whole thing, Ronda Wellington Lloyd, cause I was born to be a geek with a glass of nut. Stay clear of Wittenberg, Tucker out in the spot. So, and you'll be fine. The bullies in due time can catch a dangerous lumber from all of these Mickey K lines. Let me hear you say. 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 I'm a product of my environment. From Jolly Ollie to the Pigeon Man, pin game special coming straight out of Wanky Land. Better call Simmons for my true crown. I've been on my Robbie Fisher the way I be making moves now. I handle beef like I'm Marty Green, so Susan can keep the money by any means. Yeah, she worked for it, her role don't need an Oscar. If you read too deep, you an imposter like Madam Blanche. By any chance you encounter any laughing lady, I can see how the headless cabbie would be going crazy. Yahoo, so the proof's in the lemon pudding, but turning down $1 million is kinda off-putting. It's just business, Torvo, when you do the math, I see more stuff and Pasquinate with a cheating path. Word to Gertrude, call me agent number 9. I keep my wins simple like father at Christmas time. Let me hear you say. 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 As I double down on this staircase, I'ma protect what's mine like a home base. In that case, I'm the little engine that could, waiting on 53rd Street, cause urban legends are good, and that's the big scoop. Nothing fabricated. If you're gonna get Marty, then freeze frame the visual data. Running into cool jerks like Frankie G, you will face the music more than Sewer King, cause timing is everything. Hogan with the stopwatch for a fight. It's not a secret when Gerald when he rides a bike. I'm the bold kid that you want to avoid. I make them say the whole thing, Ronda Wellington Lloyd, cause I was born to be a geek with a glass of nut. Stay clear of Wittenberg, Tucker out in the spot. So, and you'll be fine. The bullies in due time can catch a dangerous lumber from all of these Mickey K lines. Let me hear you say. 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 I'm a product of my environment. From Jolly Ollie to the Pigeon Man, pin game special coming straight out of Wanky Land. Better call Simmons for my true crown. I've been on my Robbie Fisher the way I be making moves now. I handle beef like I'm Marty Green, so Susan can keep the money by any means. Yeah, she worked for it, her role don't need an Oscar. If you read too deep, you an imposter like Madam Blanche. By any chance you encounter any laughing lady, I can see how the headless cabbie would be going crazy. Yahoo, so the proof's in the lemon pudding, but turning down $1,000,000 is kinda off-putting. It's just business, Torvo, when you do the math, I see more stuff and Pasquinate with a cheating path. Word to Gertrude, call me agent number 9. I keep my wins simple like father at Christmas time. Let me...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is I, Navy Montel, your frosty bearded Blerdicorn here. Hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves to do what I tell you to always do, and I encourage this, especially nowadays. Hopefully you're watching these, covering this, staying as far away as you need to, looking out for yourselves, your loved ones, and each other. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight. This is not going to be a long stream, but I just had some things on my mind, and I wanted to be able to discuss it with like-minded people. Just concluded the podcast with Roomful of Blurs, Lady Mandalore. We had Miss Jocelyn Short, an amazing creator, beautifully, phenomenally talented artist and concept artist who has created this 100-page table book of called Bearers. And the concept are these entities that escort certain souls to the afterlife. What's most fascinating about this is the artwork. It is stunning. It is stunning on so many levels. And anytime I get to see my queens out here creating things like this, I am on board to uplift, encourage, and motivate, and also to promote it. So if you want to check out Jocelyn Short, please go check her out. She is one of the best people I know and one of the most talented people in this diaspora of already talented melanated people who touch base on every genre that you can think of. It is so incredibly wonderful and very refreshing when you get a chance to see fellow creators out here who enjoy creating for the sake of creating and making something beautiful and building on a legacy and putting something out there for not just this current generation but the next generation. Also utilizing what they've learned from the previous generation, implementing it into what they've done now, because going forward you have history that you're relying on and that you're listening to or reading about, and I'm always been big on that. A lot of what I know in my life I've learned from my previous generation. Sometimes it comes with bad things connected to it as well, emotional, psychological, basically anything mental and sometimes physical. I know, but I didn't bring y'all on here to talk all the down stuff. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about a few things here that have been on my mind. And what's funny is I was talking to a friend of mine recently about conventions and how behavior at conventions are getting to be a bit much, if that seems like something. I good grief, I've been going to conventions well now since what? I think my first one, and I've said this before, my first one is the very first one I went to was 1993. I was stationed in New Jersey. I was in the Navy. Some of you don't know I'm retired Navy, so hey, woo, I did it. Yay, I got my 20 years. Coming. Vonnie, hey, how you doing? It has been a minute. How are you? So good to see you. Thank you for coming and showing me that love. Thank you so much for popping in. I know we have some lurkers out here. We got some people who just want to stay into the shadows and watch. Thank you for coming up here. And before I continue on, thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the love. Thank you for supporting this channel on Twitch. It is literally the Blerdisac, and I'm not using Streamlabs, so you don't have the welcome to the Blerdisac at the bottom of the screen anymore, but it's still the same concept because technically this is my cul-de-sac. You bring your lawn chairs, bring your snacks, bring your beverages, be a part of the conversation, just chit chat about anything and everything. And people like Vonnie, who has popped in here and been a part of it since day one, I appreciate it so much. And everybody who's coming up in here now, please Say hello. I'd love to say hello and give you that love back. There are folks on YouTube. If you're coming up in here, hi, hello, hi, I'm here. Hi, it's just me. Hi. And if you're here on Twitch, y'all know this journey. Y'all are the reason why this journey has been so incredible and wonderful. And I'm getting back into that and that vibe and into that momentum slowly but surely. Yeah, my first convention was 1993. I was stationed in New Jersey at the Naval Weapons Station, and my ex-wife at the time, her brother, my brother-in-law, one of the sweetest and most down-to-earth blurs I had ever met. God rest his soul. Took me to my first comic convention in Jersey. I don't remember where it was. I think it was Asbury Park, but oh my gosh, when I tell y'all when I tell y'all I enjoyed myself immensely, I was immersed, and that was where my journey started. Immersed in long white boxes displayed, and VHS tapes, and collectibles, and magazines, and oh my gosh, it was incredible. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the convention, but it made an indelible impression on me. So much so that I actually bought two VHS tapes. One was a Yu Yu Hakusho movie, which has long since met its demise due to divorce, and the other one was the Street Fighter animated Street Fighter movie. Whoo, my gosh, that one really made an impression on me, and I treasured those so much, and and a lot of people don't really remember how their journey started. I remember a lot of how my journey started. Comics, I was nine. Anime, I was a teenager. The Sci-Fi Channel, which was back then known as the Science Fiction Channel, the Sci-Fi Channel held their annual anime film festival. One weekend, Saturday and Sunday, nothing but anime, and they were all anime movies. They weren't series. Hold on, got a little dry there. They were anime movies like Lily Cats, Fist of the North Star, Vampire Hunter D, Ghost in the Shell, Demon City Shinjuku, Wicked City, Slayers, Lily Cats, Robot Carnival. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. And this is where my journey started. And this is where it became laid out for me. This is the whole framework of my anime journey started there, which is why I gravitate more towards anime movies versus series. There's nothing wrong with a series, but I come from a movie mentality where I want to sit down, I want to enjoy the entire story. I feel a yawn coming on. Sorry, y'all. It has been a full day today. Um, but that's where my journey started, and then later in my military career, when I realized and made it clear that I was an anime fan, oh my goodness, I started meeting all of my people. I met nerds and blurs. There we go. You ever have an itch that you can't reach? It's just trying its best to dodge you. I met fellow nerds and blurs, and I loved it. The conversations, and then that's what I got into my gaming journey. I grew up on Pong, had an Atari 2600, played Pac Man. My mother made us sit down and learn that pattern. And if we didn't, we were going to get it. We found out later it was all an illusion. It was all an illusion. We weren't going to get in trouble. She was just using corporal punishment as a threat for us to learn something, which taught me how to be observant and remember patterns and notice details and things like that. So, shout out to my mom. Um, and then when the when the anime film festival came out, my mother, to her credit, did not interrupt, did not say we had to go do something. She watched us. She literally just saw us just enjoying it, and I enjoyed it more so. My sisters got bored, but I was there. I wasn't even thought of born while being born while you're going to convince. I get that a lot. Y'all tend to forget. I'm 56 years old. I am an old timer. I've been in this game for a minute. But I started that to say this: anime conventions are becoming huge. They're becoming more numerous. They're becoming uh, way more varied in their presentation. You have some that are smaller, which are more personal, smaller crowds. You still have your vendors room, your viewing rooms, your panels, workshops, all types of fun stuff. And then you have the massive ones like Katsucon and Otakon and Anime AWA, Anime Weekend Atlanta, and Animazement, Anime USA, AX, Anime Expo in LA, and oh my gosh. And that just started, and those along with oh, Vonnie, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I have to look over here at my phone because sometimes I'm using Prism, and Prism is incredible, but it doesn't always show everything, so I bounce around. Um, yeah, there's gonna be an ad coming up in here very shortly. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, man. Um, I'm sorry, my dear. I appreciate that. Um, I always try to keep things in perspective when it comes to these events because I love conventions. Love, 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 love conventions. You cannot tell me anything bad about a convention. They're not perfect. They're fallible. Why? Because people come together to put these together and to create this. Okay? And if people are doing this, there are going to be mistakes, but that doesn't make them bad. That doesn't make them awful. In fact, it's a beautiful thing to see. You know a convention's coming up. People are excited to go online to buy their badges. They get their lanyards. Cabera has their special lanyard. I have my special lanyard that I've worn for years. Or people just want to be immersed in it. And then when the convention comes up and you just dive right into the venue and you're overcome and overwhelmed with all the energy and the vibe, and it's so uh words cannot describe it. Words cannot describe it. Let me tell you. Hey, it's Carolyn. Twitch, what yelling? Yeah, say hi, cuz it swears I'm not verified, but I am. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? Oh no, I know that. I understand that completely because from time to time it will do that to me as well. But no worries. Thank you for coming up in here. I appreciate that. How you been? Would tell me say hi. Wouldn't let me say hi because I swear it's not verified. But that's all right though. How you doing? How's it going? Of course, you're my homie for real, and truly appreciate how you've helped me when I was in the group. Come on now, come on, come on. We gotta remember this, y'all. We're people. As nerds and blurs, we get the most subjugation out of anyone because again, what we like does not follow mainstream, what people consider normal. Oh, Twitch is being weird again. That doesn't surprise me at all. No, not at all. Um, do what you have to do. I'm gonna be here for a little bit. I actually wanted to just pop on for a little while. I've been all right. I meant they wouldn't let me say hi because you have a verified chat. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I set it up that way because the spammers will come in and go, "Hey, I can make your stream. I can send it all the way to the shut up. Shut yo hairy non-existent tail up. I don't even care. Give me human beings. Give me human beings. Give me. And I go from there. Convention life has always been incredible, and I talk about it often because for me, a lot of convention life has actually given me opportunities. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what friends you're going to make, new acquaintances, maybe connections, maybe collaborations. You never know. But all the conventions I've been to have in some way, shape, or form helped mold me to be the person that I am today and allow me to meet up with other beautiful, brilliant people that have influenced my life in so many ways. I have friends that are lifelong. I have people that have come through for a season taught me a lesson, and then we move on, and then they've moved on without any hate or disdain. If anything, it's all love. But sometimes people fall off. Yeah, they said the same thing, and I just had to restart. Okay, so it looks like Carolyn and Bonnie are going through the same thing. I am so sorry, y'all. I really am. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna be here for a minute. So if you have to pop out and do what you got to do, that is perfectly fine. But I'm glad y'all are here. Just a question for the chat. What conventions have y'all attended that have really made an impression on you? I can't say it's one or two. For me, it's more of five or six. Yeah, five or six cons. Blurcon, day one, all day. I'm consider in Navy terms, I'm a plank owner. I've been part of Blurcon since day one. The purpose and the mission has, um, is I'm not saying it's changed, but it's grown. It's transmogrified. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? It has elevated. It has elevated in its concept, and I've seen people come, enjoy themselves, watch it grow, and just become something magical. And I've never been a part of a con before, but I got to be. I'm a part of this, and even so that I now run my own department for for BlurCon, which is wonderful. You couldn't tell me if you had told me any other time in my life that not only was I going to be a part of a convention where it's about blurs, but right, anyone who's been to BlurCon knows that it's a bop, it's a vibe, it is a groove. Next year is going to be no different. We're working really hard to put stuff together, but everyone who's come there has been inspired, has decided to take chances and to grow and to do some things. I know some people who had never thought about cosplay who went to Blurred and gave cosplay a try, and now they love it. They enjoy it. The creativeness, the ingenuity, and the community of it all. I personally haven't been to a convention, but the people I've met from the blind convention in New Orleans are the funniest people I've ever met. If you ever have the chance to go and check out a convention, I highly recommend it. It is everything. If nothing else, you get to experience this unique energy, this incredible vibe of people who come together who want to celebrate what they love, whether it's strictly comics, strictly anime, strictly gaming, or or just a pop culture con that does everything and even throws some little extra things in there. I have been to San Diego Comic Con, Dragon Con, part of BlurCon, MomoCon, KatsuCon, MagFest, NecoCon, PAX Unplugged. I am now, and I'm saying all this because in the next 6 or 7 months, I'm going to be doing things I've never done before. Dragon Con, for instance. Dragon Con, I've been going to Dragon Con since 2012. And that first year I only went for one day, but it caught my spirit. It caught my heart. And I was excited because every time you go to a convention, you're surrounded by other people, but you feel that energy. It's so oh my gosh, it's almost tangible. You can feel it. You can smell the joy and just feel it on your skin. It's everything because you get excited because you're around your other people. So that was my first time. We fast forward to this year, 2025. That's 13 years that I've been attending. This year was the first year I was ever a panelist. And not just one panel, I did six. I was placed on six panels. I ended up pulling myself out of one because if y'all ever seen the Hot Ones show where they're eating wings with the hot sauces and they're answering, yeah, this is not a body built for that. This is not a body built for that. I'm like, no, not this guy. So I ended up being replaced that with another panel, which was which is run by a good friend of mine. His name is Micah, also known as Skip 88 or Blurred Over. End up get to be on his panel, being a blurred, and it was a wonderful experience. I even got to meet people that I have admired for their work and their passion. And this year has been, I've had my highs and my lows. I've had my blessings, I've had my deficits, I've had my successes, and I've had my failures. But conventions always seem to bring back the spirit of why I do what I do. To create a space of motivation, inspiration, creation, uplifting, encouraging others to be their best, nerdy, and blurty selves, whatever space it might be. As long as you know and understand that everybody's just like you. Everybody has their failures and their faults. Everyone has their fears. Everyone has their victories and defeats. But guess what? When you come together, you're there to celebrate what you love, no matter what it is. DragonCon is an example of one of the best pop culture conventions around. You come together to celebrate what you love, to celebrate what brings you joy, whatever it might be. If it's gaming, cosplay, anime, TV, movies, cartoons, gaming, art, you name it, whatever, music, whatever it might be. And there are some conventions that encompass all of that, and there are some that are just specific to a certain genre. But the overall mission is to come together to celebrate what you love. You can level up to the best, to being just to being that person that goes from just admiring it from afar to enjoying it in the now. But, and I say all that to say this, with all the successes that I've had, I recognize that I am fallible. I make mistakes and I mess up. But I encourage others to just move forward and be the best version of themselves that they can, and take life from a whimsical, childlike point of view sometimes. I'm sick of being an adult, y'all. Genuinely, I am tired of adulting. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. And even now, those so-called adults out here now, they are the worst people you'll ever come across in your life. Horrible. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. Absolute trash. So we still try to see the best in humanity, and you still have people that are going to challenge you because you want to see the best in humanity, and they still want you to be pessimistic and confrontational and aggressive. No, no. And some of it leaks over into convention life. Um, as I was saying before, over the next 6 or 7 months, I'm going to be doing things that I've dreamt of doing, I never thought I would do, and I'm really happy that I was given the opportunity. Um, Over the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing my first audition reel for an. I'm auditioning for a role in a animated series. I never thought I would get my foot in the door, but it's for two roles, and I've read the lines, and I've said okay. And you come up with ideas for doing this, but being a voice actor was something that I'd always wanted to do. Getting into voice acting, being voiceover artist, and yeah, there are a lot of different steps to do it. But if you have an opportunity, just like with anything, you want to walk across that threshold with your chest held high and your head up. You say, I'm going to do the best I can. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I'm going to give it the very best that I can, because I would be robbing myself if I didn't do that. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. There's that. In next month in November, I will be attending PAX Unplugged, which is a tabletop gaming convention in Philadelphia at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. This will be my 4th year. Oh my gosh. No regrets at all. Shout outs to my friends. Uh, um, wow. I hate drawing a blank. Hold on. There we go. You know how your brain just kind of go. Shout outs to my friends Jim and Josh from the Dapper Meeple podcast. They're the ones that invited me to my first PAX Unplugged, and I've been addicted ever since. And I apply as a content creator. Every year that I go, I get a chance to meet another melanated creator, tabletop gamer, developer, someone who is in the social media space for tabletop gaming, and it grows and it builds and it manifests and it becomes so amazing. I had some amazing interactions last year and I get to do it again this year, but I have a mission this year. This year, I'm going to be doing as many interviews with as many melanated people, melanated family members as I can. Last year, I got to do interviews with brothers and sisters, with married couples, with families that are a part of the tabletop space. And that's a whole nother subject in itself, to invite others and to let them know that there's, we as black folk, if you mention tabletop gaming, what are some of the games that y'all think of? What if you're in the chat, you're amazing folk in the chat. If you mention anything involving board gaming or tabletop gaming, what games come to mind automatically? I can name a few, but I'm really curious to see what y'all will come up with. Um, but we hadn't always been invited to that space, because this goes back to when we were kids, especially. Oh, of course, Jolly Old Nerd, you come up in here. What's going on, man? Vampire the Masquerade. That is definitely a tabletop game. That is an RPG. That's layers, just layers. Absolutely. Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. All right, Carolyn. See, and again, that is something a lot of people relate to. Um, wow. So we've got Vampire the Masquerade, Dungeons and Dragons. My mind instantly goes to chess or checkers, and that's okay. That is all right, because we only go with what we're familiar with. Chess and checkers. Some people will say Monopoly. Sorry, Game of Life, Stratego. What else? Clue. Um, Connect Four. Parcheesi. Battleship. Trouble. Sorry. Jenga. Those are and those are just, those are the preliminary family come to the table Friday night with food type games. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it grows and it becomes so much more. There are so many different types of tabletop gaming out there that a lot of people don't realize. PAX Unplugged opened a whole new door that I knew was there, but I didn't realize how much more diverse it was. I work at a game and comic book store, and we deal in board games every day, every single day. Board gaming, trading card gaming, comics, war fighting gaming like Warhammer 40K and War Machine and things like that. Cards Against Humanity, yes. Yeah, I tend to not bring that game up because, oh my gosh. Talk about debauchery in a box. Good grief. It is insane how many people play that game and they're like, oh yeah, I know about board gaming. Cards Against Humanity. No, Cards Against Humanity is a card game that you happen to play on a tabletop. No. There are a lot more other there is such a cornucopia of gaming of different genres, different types, different under I'm not say different skill levels and difficulties. uh my library alone is so diverse. I have I have different games that I could play by myself, or I could play the minimum of 2 people, 3 people, all the way up to 8 people. Um, and I love every game that I have had the chance to play, and there are some that I haven't played yet. But imagine, if you will, an entire convention center dedicated to nothing but tabletop gaming. Nothing but, not just board games and card games. We're talking about role playing game systems of all types, all genres, all subject matters, all fandoms, all of them. And not just that, you have independent developers who bring their games to this convention so people can test it out. So they can, these are like focus groups. You want to play the game? Check the game out. Yes. What's your input? What's your feedback? What do you think? And it's great to have that, because there's so many things people will put out there, but they don't get the opinions of the general public. They just manufacture it and disseminate it and just hope for the best. No, My thing is, if you want to introduce me to a game, show me how the game is played. Let me feel the fun factor of this game. Don't overwhelm me because everybody likes different games, different types of games. One of my favorite games is a board game called Alhambra. I was introduced to the Geek and Sundry show on YouTube called Tabletop. That show introduced me to a bunch of different games, and and some of those games I have in my library here at home. But Alhambra was a game that was so simple in its concept and yet it's still strategic that it just made it fun effortlessly. And going to PAX Unplugged, I get to talk to different developers of different games and kind of pick their mind. And I say all that to say this: that is an opportunity I didn't think I would ever have as a content creator because we all have our different genres. If you go on my Instagram and my TikTok, I'm mostly about positivity. I'm always about uplifting and encouraging others to be their best nerdy and blurty selves. The latest one that I did was find and create your safe space. Find a safe space for yourself, whether it's internally or externally. Find a spot or find a space that makes you recenter, refocus, find and remember who you are, and get back to being incredible. Um, you can find it in places, you can find it in people, you can find it in events, music, activities, anything like that. And if you look behind me, you see those boxes right there? One of my safe spaces is my comics. I love my comic collection. I've been a comic fan since I was 9, and my collection seems to grow exponentially almost every week because there's always somebody who says, "Yeah, I don't want these. You can have them." Okay, okay, thank you. And now the collection grows. My plan for my collection is to ultimately, when it's time for me to leave this plane of existence and to move on to glory, I'm going to divide my collection up into 4, and each of my kids is going to get a piece of my collection. So that way they can have a little bit of something. It is just what I do. But PAX Unplugged is an opportunity I never thought I would have. And I feel in my bones and in my blood that this year I'm going to have another opportunity that's going to propel me to go into an all new direction while still maintaining the journey that I'm on as a blurred, as a content creator, and as a member of such a rich and diverse community of creators. Now, the final thing is in January, roughly around my birthday weekend, there is a convention in Philly called the Philadelphia Area Gaming Exposition, or PAGE for short. The CEO of PAGE came into my job at the store, totally unexpected, didn't know who he was, and I met him. I did my introduction, chopped it up, asked him what he was doing. He said he was just checking all the local game stores, and we had us pretty much a 20-25 minute conversation about tabletop gaming, convention scene, how it's progressed from where it was to it is now. And out of the blue, he says, "You want to be a guest at my con?" Who? Me? He said, "Yeah, you want to be a guest at my con?" I said, "I've never been asked to be a guest at a convention." He says, "Well, this will be your first." He said, "It's definitely going to be my first. I would love to." So I am now a special guest at the Pennsylvania Area Gaming Exposition. I'm sorry, the Philadelphia Area Gaming Exposition on my birthday weekend, the weekend I turned 57. I am a guest and I'm now a panelist. If you'd have told me that years ago that I was going to be a guest at a con, I'd have been asking every question known to man. And that is the blessing of being a part of this nerdy community. You never know whose path you're going to cross. You never know who is going to have an influence on you. You never know who you're going to have an influence over. It's easy. It is so easy to have a bad attitude. It is so easy to have a bad attitude, especially if you have the expectation that you deserve something. No. There are content creators out here on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you think of, and they do things because they feel like they are entitled to that type of attention. I say no. If anyone's looking at my content, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I am just a regular schmegular middle-aged blurty guy who happens to wear headbands, really cool shirts, and I have collectibles behind me, including comics, pop figures, you name it. But I will never ever take for granted what I receive, because as quickly as it's given to me, it can be taken away. But if you have the opportunity to accept something special, something you've never done before, something new, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Take that opportunity and walk with it and just hold it close. Even if you don't think you're worthy, even if you don't think you're qualified, that might be the time that fate says, you know what? I think you can do this. And then you do it. And then it leads to this thing and this thing and this thing. Because my ultimate dream, one of my dreams, is to be on a RPG live stream playing whatever system is there, and I've been invited to play because someone saw me, talked to me, saw my passion, saw the love, saw the things that I've created, and said, we would like for you to be on our stream. I would be honored. Absolutely. Where are we playing? How do we connect? What do I need? What character do I have to make? Can I make any character I want? Oh, that's wonderful. Or just to be able to collaborate with other content creators in this particular space. I never thought that years later, when I started YouTube in 2013, 2014, that I would be here with a YouTube channel that people still come and check out, an Instagram following that I gain the love and respect of, and those who I love and respect that I've had the chance to meet. Same thing with TikTok. I am a podcaster. I had my own podcast with Miss Angie, an amazing lady called Blerdicorn Speaks. We're still on Spotify, which is we have so much content on there that we've created. I'm part of Blur's Eye View, another podcast with an eclectic but brilliant group of blurs of different interests and genres. A Room Full of Blurs with Lady Mandalore, who also is with me on Blur's Eye View, but we have a podcast called The Room Full of Blurs, which is on YouTube. Both of those are on YouTube. I encourage you to check them out because we have a good time. We have a blast. We bring on guests. We talk about anything geek and nerd related. On The Room Full of Blurs, we talk to independent black comic creators or independent black artists or creators, period, and we just talk about their journey. My show, the Blerdicorn Convos, where I get the chance to singularly talk to either an individual or a group of creators, and we just have a beautiful, deep, crazy conversation about anything and everything geek and nerd that we love. And again, go back years. If someone had told me that I was going to be doing all this, I'd have literally asked them, how? How do I end up from being just a geeky, nerdy guy who wanted to make his voice heard on YouTube to now being a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, podcaster, on 3 currently, but was on 4 at one point. Been a guest on certain podcasts. I've had guests on my podcast. I've been a content creator who's gone to convent. It's just hey, Lizzie. Hey, sweetheart, what's going on? Oh, definitely check out Anime Ink Art. You talk about somebody who has been on their grind. Anime Ink Art, also known as my good friend Lizzie, has been doing the thing. She has her own show, and it's phenomenal. It's on Instagram because you're him. Oh my gosh. I love you too, baby. Thank you. I just appreciate the love and respect that I have earned and I've gained. And it was not expected. It was not expected. I try to treat people the way they deserve to be treated. I try to exude a positive air and energy about myself, and I want it to be an example that no matter how old you are, you can still be a kid at heart. No matter what you have an interest in, there are others who have the same interest as you. Just don't be an asshole. Just don't be a dick, a douche, an idiot, a bitch ass. Don't do any of that. We've got plenty of other people who are filling those billets just fine. They are fulfilling all the requirements. They are doing the paperwork. They've done the screening. They've done it all. So they've got those positions. But what we need here, yo, Panda, hey, what's going on? How are you? Oh my goodness, I got the fam coming out here today. What's going on, y'all? So now oh wow. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. I just noticed this. Panda, I need you to stop. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Y'all gonna have me shouting up in here. Yo, what in the world? The hype train is real. Oh my goodness. Gamers Haven. Nabler. Oh, that's an amazing person right there. Night Shift Ghost. And Lizzie, you get one too. Thank you so much, Panda. I appreciate it. How have you been? How have things been going for you? Oh, and we get Midnight Comics. What's up, Lord? How you doing? Y'all, go check out Midnight Comics' Kickstarter. They got an amazing Kickstarter going on right now. They also have a an intern program going on with 3 teams of incredible creators who are creating their own stories. I'm gonna have the honor of interviewing 2 of those groups in the near future. I'm gonna send you a video first when it comes out. You're going to be excited. See why are you gonna do this to me, Lizzie? Doggone it! Look, my heart can't take much more of this. Unc, I legit thought you were done with streaming on Twitch. Maybe it's my new work schedule. I miss my uncles. Panda, I appreciate that. No, I wasn't done. I had to go on a bit of a hiatus because we all know life be lifing. We know people be peopling. We know stuff be stuffing. Unlike a Thanksgiving. No, don't get me started. Don't get me started. But I assure you, my dear Panda, I am not done. I am far from done. Oh, it's okay, okay. And these opportunities and the people that I've had the chance to connect with and vibe with and show love to and have shown love back to me, that is a gift. This is an absolute gift. If you, again, I take it back to 2018 when I started streaming. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think anybody did unless you knew someone who was a streamer and you had that inside track where they could tell you, yeah, this is the best microphone and this is the best mixer and you could do this and you could add music. No one taught me anything about streaming. I went into it going to YouTube University, looking up all the information that I could find on being a streamer. Ah, no. What? No way. Are you serious? Oh, Lizzie, that is wonderful. Congratulations. See, this is what I'm talking about. All that hard work that you put forth, all that left effort to create something beautiful and wonderful. Isn't it amazing how when a smaller door closes, a bigger one opens? I am so proud of you. I am so freaking happy. Yes, yes, yes. I had the interview. The other 2 teams already forgot. No, I saw that. I saw that. And I'm going to be chatting them with as well. So, yeah, I've already got getting one team scheduled and just working on the information from the other. We want to get these creators hyped up. We want to get their creations out there so people can support this. This is why I do what I do. There are creators out there who are talented as all get out, who are passionate, who are amazing at what they do. Nay, hey, what's going on, my dear? How are you? Good evening to you as well. Thank you so much for coming up in here. And this is why I do what I do. There are creators out there who have created something beautiful, who are creating something wonderful, but they may not have the traction or the connection or even a voice to get it out there. If I can be that voice, if I can be that representative to get their word out there about them, their creation, what they've done, and it can be a benefit, or even it can it can create a fan base, and a supportive fan base at that. I say go for it. Absolutely go for it. There's so many creators out there who created, whether it's novels, music, games, cosplay, movies. I think I said music. I think I said music already. Well, thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate that. And thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. But I'm just one person, and there are many voices out there. But I will say this: if you have that ability to uplift and encourage someone, that is a gift. Do not take it for granted. There are people out there who are content creators who have thousands and hundreds of thousands and even millions of followers. But what are you do? What are you doing with the gift you've been given? Are you worrying about keeping yourself promoted and uplifted? Or are you taking what you've been given? Are you using your mutant ability, your superpower, and using it to pay it forward? Because there's some out there who just need someone to believe in what they're doing, believe in their vision. Here's an example. Midnight Comics. My friend Lloyd and Tasha have created a beautiful universe of comic characters and stories. And I love and I stand behind what they do, but they're paying it forward by bringing on interns who are just as passionate, just as talented, and giving them a platform to say, okay, and you're doing this. You do this. Let's see what you have. And giving them the opportunity to prove themselves. And not only prove themselves, talk to content creators who say, hey, they're creating this. Can you hype them up? Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go. It's nothing but a win. Nothing beats a failure but a try. So if me and my little platform can do that, I don't have tens of thousands of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers, because I say this all the time. I am not, nor do I ever want to be famous. I just want to be appreciated, respected, and seen as a part of this massive machinations, this huge engine of creativity. And I want to be one of the cogs. I want to be one of the cogs that has my name on it, and Comic Sans to piss them off, and the needles of that cog connect to the needles of this other cog, and it connects, and the wheels turn, and they create something beautiful and magical and incredible and wonderful, and nobody's left behind. Nobody is left behind. Oh boy, I've earned a hype chest. What? Oh, I just earned me a spill the tea emote. Okay. Okay. I did not see that coming. I guess Twitch is upgrading themselves and how they do it. But if you have the opportunity to elevate someone, or it's even better, if you have the opportunity to show someone that what they're doing is seen, acknowledged, valid, and acknowledged, and valid, and acknowledged. I say those two over and over again. Valid and acknowledged. You will always be appreciated and acknowledged in my household. Thank you, Panda. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, sweetheart. I really do. I really, really do. I know what it's like. But let me go back to my previous point. If you have the opportunity to show a creator, maybe someone starting out, that what they're doing is being seen, acknowledged, and appreciated, and you have somewhat of an opportunity to hype them up to other people or bring attention to what they're doing, so that way they know that what they're doing isn't falling on deaf ears or blind eyes or ignorant souls, that people are looking and going, wow, I like what you're doing. What do you want to do with it? Or even better, someone who's in a position to say, I like what you're doing. Come on in. Let's take what you've got and let's make it real. Let's make it tangible. Let's put it out there. I'm honored to be part of two different projects right now. One of them, the creator is actually in the stream, and they are one of the dopest people around. And I want to talk about it, but I don't want to do it without their permission. It's a game system. Now, if I have permission to talk about it, please let me know. They know who I'm talking to. If I have permission to talk about it, let me know. Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. So, Nate Blerdy, if you see them in there, Nate Blerdy has created this beautiful, in depth, just rich and vibrant games, uh, gaming, tabletop RPG system called Nyota Kingdoms. It is an Afrofuturistic system that is based in the African diaspora, which gives every player the opportunity to create a character that has a story, that has a foundation. And you go on the campaigns, and there are puzzles, and there is so much story and so much richness. Oh my gosh, I am beyond excited, and they brought me on board for this, and I'm excited. We're in the middle of I'm playing my first campaign right now. It's called Nyota Kingdoms. Nyota Kingdoms. Um it's Panda, let me tell you. It is incredible. It is absolutely stunning. It is so rich, and it's still in development. We are just smoothing out everything. We're creating frameworks and everything right now, but I want to get this out, and they brought me on board, and someone so dear and so wonderful to me, just an absolutely beautiful soul, and I thank them for, one, being my friend, two, having enough confidence in me to come on board to be a part of this. At the I'm happy you brought me on board, sweetheart. I really am. And it's making me is I'm almost emotional about it, because when you have something like this that's genuine and meaningful, and it's not just print and sell, but you can see yourself in the game with the character that you create, with a story behind it, with a just a the phenomenal amount of possibilities with this. I'm on board. I am truly, truly on board with this. Yeah, I'm crying over here. I can't wait either. We are working to get it out there. And believe it or not, I'm going to take what we are working on to PAX Unplugged. I'm going to have it looked upon by tabletop gamers of color. And I'm going to get their input and their feedback. I want this to hit the streets. I want this to be something that can be played in households. And now, mind you, it's targeted for people of color and people of the LGBTQIA, people that would otherwise be considered disenfranchised otherwise. But there's strength here. There's strength, there's beauty, there's storytelling, there's pageantry, there is lore, there is storytelling, there is, oh my gosh, there's so much here. And I am so honored, and I am happy to be a part of this, and I can't wait to get it out. Do we have a launch day yet, and where can we purchase? Not yet. It's still in development. Um, we are still working on getting a lot of the kinks out. It has a foundation right now, and we're playing through it, and it's a beautiful, fun game so far. And again, this is my first time playing it, and so as I'm playing it, I'm finding different things, along with a fantastic array and board of beautiful, creative people, as well as Nay, who is the creator of Nyota Kingdoms. And we're going to make it streamlined without taking away the spirit of the game and the purpose of the game. Thank you, Panda. When it does come out, y'all watch out for it, because I'm going to be talking about it every opportunity that I get. I want this, and this is just This is just an example of what we have out here that is so beautiful, rich, and vibrant, that doesn't follow along the same requirements of people who don't look like myself, who don't understand that although we love gaming, we want our own. We want our own systems. We want our own board games. We want our own comics. We want our own novels. We want our own everything, so that we can say that's ours. That's we made that. We were a part of that. So that is why I am so happy to be on board with this. But this is just an example of why it's so important to elevate, motivate, encourage, and inspire blurred and black creators out here. And my platform is that's what I want to do. That is what I'm all about. I am older. I am of the X I'm Gen X, if you have to put a title on it. And I've lived the life of Saturday morning cartoons and playing outside. But I have the chance to be a part of something great, elevating someone who's creating something beautiful, or motivating, inspiring someone who maybe has a podcast that they don't have an audience, or a clothing line that focuses on everything geek and nerd and anime or comics, or someone who's writing a novel, or creating a game, or writing a light novel, or drawing anything like that, or even a cosplayer whose passion is to create their own version, their own interpretation of a character. I'm with it. I am blessed to know so many beautiful, vibrant people who are creators that enjoy this. So, and it goes right back to my original point. I have been blessed, and I will never take it for granted. I have been blessed beyond measure with how far I've come. And I want to bring people with me. I want to elevate and motivate others. I want to inspire and, most importantly, put people in the front and say, this person made something magical. Talk to them. See what it's all about. Because it's not about me. I'm not selling clothes. I don't have a merch line. I did. But I got to find a way where I can actually get it done, where it can benefit others if they want to wear stay nerdy, stay geeky, and stay sexy across the front. Working on it, okay? Or my favorite, NDA, underneath, Negro Don't Ask. That's the true, I'm just saying. Those are just some ideas that I have. But my ideas are coming, and they're front facing. But if I have the opportunity to elevate someone who's creating something, and I know that it can have an impact, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. If you want to be a podcaster, I'll help. If you want to be a YouTuber, I'll help. If you want to be a writer and you want someone to be an editor or a ghost reader, I'll do it. I want an NDA on it. Believe it or not, I'm working on the design for NDA, Negro Don't Ask. Or I'm just waiting for someone to help me out with that. I'm not a great designer, but I know some amazing artists, and I'm going to tap with them. But the initial, like, stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy, I created that. But the friendly face right over there, the frosty beard, that was done by a good friend of mine, and I'm gonna be reaching out to him to see if I can incorporate his artistic abilities. So yeah, a lot of people have been telling me to do an NDA Negro Don't Ask shirt. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I already got a preliminary design, and I'm working on that. Also doing stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy. I'm gonna do more with my Blerdicorn combos logo. Excuse me. Okay. And I want to do more, but I want to use what platform that I have. You need both in black. Okay. Here we are. I'm already taking orders. I gotta finish getting them done. You're looking at a guy who makes ribbons for conventions, and I'll sit there, I'll create something. I go, I don't like it. Excuse me. There was a second one. But it's all about elevating, motivating, inspiring, and encouraging others to be their best nerdy and blurty selves. And there are people who are so critical of what someone makes because they're taking the standards of someone who really doesn't get it and using that as the benchmark. And that's not something that you do. Everybody's creation is unique, different, special. Everyone's creation comes from a part of them that they're willing to expose to the world just so that someone else would appreciate it as much as they had in creating it. And I want more of that. I want to be a part of that. I've been blessed to be able to connect with people that I admired, people that are creators, cosplayers, people that are celebrities. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying it because I'm grateful and I'm appreciative. Because again, once upon a time, I was that guy behind the camera, in front of the camera like this, with no microphone, shouting because I didn't have a microphone. Good morning. Hi, my name is Navy right there, and that was me. Just message me. It's a wrap when it's out. Okay, done and done. Absolutely. Um, y'all really, and I said this before, and I'll continue to say this. Y'all continue to be the wind beneath my wings. When I do this, when I stream, y'all always, y'all make me smile, and I appreciate every single person who has come to my YouTube channel and subscribed to it, who has liked my videos, who has commented, who has told other people about my videos, or on Instagram or on TikTok. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. That was rude. I'm sorry. That is so rude. My bad. But reciprocal energy deserves reciprocal energy, fam. And you're right. You're right. I'm so used to doing for others that, and for a while I got to a point if I did for myself, I felt selfish. I appreciate it, Bonnie. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all. It is after midnight here on the East Coast, and some of y'all are still rocking with me. That means a lot. And I tell anyone, if you have the opportunity to say thank you to the people who have promoted you, inspired you, supported you, uplifted you, and encouraged you, do that. Tell them thank you. I know you are. But you've come a long way, Lizzie. Girl, I still have one of the first shirts that you made. I still have it, and the one piece hoodie, which I'm so proud of. Go check out Anime Ink Art. Go check out Lizzie. She is doing things. She does the conventions. She does interviews. She creates apparel, just like my friend Renita. Um, uh, believe it or not, believe it, KNOT. Go check out her store. Go check out her website. The headbands that you see me wear, she creates them. She does them by hand from home. And that lady grinds. She is a retired veteran, and she is a blur to her heart. I'm always about uplifting and encouraging and putting in the forefront people who do creative and beautiful things. I will keep y'all updated on Nyota Kingdoms, but I promise you this. It is going to be well worth the wait when we are done. We are going through the motions. We are putting it all together. Great minds are coming together and streamlining this system. Is it going to be perfect? No system is perfect. Dungeons and Dragons isn't perfect. It's been around for years. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But exactly. Exactly. See, and they will tell you bonnets, lock socks. When I mean lock socks, if you have locks, if your crown comes down here, she has created lock socks that you can put around on your head. You can sleep in them and you can shower in them. This lady is front facing with her ideas, and they're beautiful and they work. I have not worn a hat actively in 2 years. This year makes 2 years that I started wearing these headbands because of a beautiful black blurty creator who decided to do something like this. These creators deserve to be appreciated, put up front, supported, elevated, and put out there so people can look at them and say, "Wow, I like what you do." Now, there are different levels of creators, and there are different genres of creators. Doesn't make them any less important. The only ones I have a problem with are those who lead with ego versus purpose. Yeah, she does mugs. She does little glasses. She does hoodies. She does shirts. She used to do. I don't know if she still does socks, keychains, um, and of course bonnets. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. I love everything that she does, and she works hard, y'all. If you know a creator who does something and they believe in what they're doing, so much so that they are driven to make it one of the best things out there, show them your support and show them your love. If you don't have it monetarily, post it up on your social media. Put other eyes on it. It doesn't take 100 eyes to make something popular. Sometimes it takes one or two people to go, "Ooh, let me tell my girl. Yo, let me tell my boy. Man, let me tell my friends. Let me tell my family." And then it just step by step by step by step by step. And it grows and it blooms. To everyone who was a content creator and had to step back for whatever reason and isn't looking to come back, thank you for blazing the trail, whether it's positive or negative. Her socials, believe it or not, it's believe it or KNOT not. Let me see. Let me bring up her Instagram. Let's put her up here on IG. Search. Bingo. All right, let's put it over here. Believe it or not, that is her right there. And she has a store. So she is on Instagram. That is Renita right there. That is Renita. That's the lock sock and that's the bonnet that she has made. And recently she's actually moved into her own store. This was her, I believe, at Atlantic Comic Con. Yes, that was Atlantic Comic Con this year. And it was beautiful. Everyone enjoyed herself. The shirt that she's wearing right there, she embroidered it. She has it stitched. She stitched it herself. She created it herself. I have one of her shirts as well. She is such a sweetheart.
Day in life with your Blerdy entrepreneur. Today's bonnet is brought to you by me, and it's in the description below. Starting out my day with a shine. No tea, but plenty of work. And honestly, I'm not feeling it. I pricked my finger, messed up shirt, ordered the wrong surprise, and had a kind of event in my relationship that can be distressing. Not to mention pulling down off of my high from Blerdicorn. But let me lay some anime wisdom on you that has helped me get past the day. Love is like alcohol. It's pleasant while you're drunk, but it's easy to lose track of yourself in the process. Have faith and forge on ahead.
Oh my god.
Nah, for real.
I love it. She embroidered
Whatever
that.
you're going through, be encouraged. Know that you're loved and continue to push through. I hope to see you at the top one day. And until then, sincerely, your Blerdy
She
entrepreneur.
did that too. Let me tell you, anytime you have the opportunity to hype someone up and get them the support that they work hard for, do it. She deserves this. And as you can tell, she had these stickers made for me, and I'm forever grateful for this. I got it on my iPad. Let me tell you, amazing work. The headband was done by her. Let's go. She is. incredible, and I have been so proud. She has spotlight myself. She has. If you're a Yugi tuber, this is Cali Effect.
Cool headband. Where I get that from? None of state. Big dogs, I got this headband from BelieveItOrNot.com. I got my favorite character, Neferpito, on there. I got my other favorite characters on here. I don't want to say who my other favorite characters on here because you guys will judge me. But you guys can go ahead and go to BelieveItOrNot.com and get your headbands today. I use it when I need a haircut, which is this week. Cool headband.
So many amazing, brilliant people that have supported her. But this is what it's all about. It's all about elevating, motivating, encouraging, and inspiring someone to be the best that they can be. And if they're creating something wonderful, then by all means. So to recap, there are conventions out there that deserve your time. If you have the opportunity to go to a convention, go to it. Because if I hadn't gone to conventions, there's a lot of opportunities that I would have missed. Oh my goodness. There would have been a lot of people that I would not have had the opportunity to meet, that I can call friends and family. If I had not started streaming, there are people on here like Panda and Carolyn and Lizzie and Nay that I would not have had the opportunity to meet and to connect with and interact with. If I hadn't been a YouTuber, there are people that I would not have been able to, not one, collaborate with, and also gain wisdom and knowledge so I can be a better YouTuber. Same with Twitch streaming. I've actually talked to other people who are Twitch streamers, and they have really been instrumental in my journey. So go for whatever opportunity that you have. If there is an opportunity and a chance, however small, go for it. I'm going to be recording my demos tomorrow for my audition for this animated series. Am I going to get it? I claim it. I don't know if I'm going to be selected, but I claim it. And even if I don't, I appreciate the opportunity to audition, because it could have just said, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. No problem. I don't get mad if I don't gain something. I don't get mad. I don't get frustrated if an opportunity passes me by, because God has blessed me to understand that if it was meant for me, it wouldn't go anywhere. If this is something that was meant for me, it will stay right here with me, and I can go forward with it with the joy and appreciation that it was meant for me. And if it's not, but if it goes to someone that I do know that deserves it, I'm going to hype them up and tell them, congratulations, you deserve it. I'm proud of you. We all have our bad days, but we shouldn't put our bad days on other people. We all have missed opportunities, but we shouldn't hate someone else for getting that opportunity because they were more deserving, or they were more qualified, or they were more talented enough to handle it. If I had been so bitter in all of my journeys, everything and everyone that I have encountered in my journey, I would never have met, I would never have enjoyed, I would have never appreciated, and been able to incorporate into the diaspora of my life. So thank you all so much. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm going to end it. I don't want to go too deep into it, otherwise I'll start to prattle on. Thank you guys so much for coming to my stream on on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you for supporting my Twitch stream. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you for just coming in to give me a little bit of your time and attention and being a part of the conversation. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you, Panda, for the gifted subs. Thank you, Nay, for the gift for subbing. Thank you so much to everyone for supporting my efforts. I'm going to be trying doing this once a week, and I'll be gaming, but I also like to have conversations. Jolly, thank you so much for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you know someone that is a content creator or a creator as a whole, whether it's creating anything, support them. Let them know that they are seen, they are acknowledged, they are valid, and they are appreciated. So, we should play Jackbox Party one night. That is not a bad idea. I actually thought about doing that. Doing Jackbox Party. I still got to figure out how to do it because I'm not the greatest when it comes to all the inner workings and everything of programs and things like that. I'm not stupid. I'm knowledgeable, but sometimes there's little extra things. There's little extra details that I'm not quite sure of, but I do have people that I can talk to about it. So, in the meantime and in between time, as I tell all of you beautiful, sexy people to do, please continue to do this for myself, yourself, your loved ones, the people in your life that support you, the people that are encouraging you, your ventures, your projects, your passions, your drive, your determination, your love, and everybody out there who sees you as being amazing. Stay nerdy. Stay geeky. Please, 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 please stay sexy. I love you all with every fiber of my being. Thank you for continuing to show that love for me. If you get the opportunity, go to my YouTube, like and comment on the videos. I've got lives. I've got other things that I've done. And yes, I'm coming back with more videos. I'm just getting my mind straight on what I want to do. Because the key thing is I don't want to be just random. I want to go in a direction. And I want it to be meaningful. Because if y'all show me that love, I owe it to you to do it right. To the best of my ability. Okay? Love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Have a wonderful week. I got a convention this weekend, NecoCon, here in the Hampton Roads area at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. I will be there with my job, running tournaments and being a part of the cornucopia of nerdiness. If you happen to be in the area, come to NecoCon. Come check us out. Otherwise, if you can come to PAX Unplugged the weekend of the 21st of November, come on through and let me know you're there. I would love to meet up with you. I always get hyped when I get a chance to meet people who support me. So please do that, okay? Y'all have a good night. Have a wonderful week. Thank you once again for all the love and all the support. Y'all are the reason why I continue to do this, and it's never dull. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Let me hear you say. 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 As I double down on this staircase, I'ma protect what's mine like a home base. In that case, I'm the little engine that could, waiting on 53rd Street, cause urban legends are good, and that's the big scoop. Nothing fabricated. If you're gonna get Marty, then freeze frame the visual data. Running into cool jerks like Frankie G, you will face the music more than Sewer King, cause timing is everything. Hogan with the stopwatch for a fight. It's not a secret when Gerald when he rides a bike. I'm the bold kid that you want to avoid. I make them say the whole thing, Rhonda Wellington Lloyd, cause I was born to be a geek with a glass of nut. Stay clear of Wittenberg, Tucker out in the spot. So, and you'll be fine. The bullies in due time can catch a dangerous lumber from all of these Mickey K lines. Let me hear you say. 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 I'm a product of my environment. From Jolly Ollie to the Pigeon Man. Pin game special coming straight out of Wanky Land. Better call Simmons for my true crown. I've been on my Robbie Fisher the way I be making moves now. I handle beef like I'm Marty Green, so Susan can keep the money by any means. Yeah, she worked for it. Her role don't need an Oscar. If you read too deep, you an imposter. posture like Madame Blanche. By any chance you encounter any laughing lady, I can see how the headless cabbie would be going crazy. Yahoo, so the proof's in the lemon pudding, but turning down $1 million is kinda off-putting. It's just business. Torvo, when you do the math, I see more stuff and Pasquinate with a cheating path. Word to Gertrude, call me agent number 9. I keep my wins simple like father at Christmas time. Let me hear you say. 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 Let me hear you say.